G'day guys, it's Yanni here, Director and Auctioneer at Yanni Mooney Property. We welcome you to our live Facebook market update. Let's go over our recent results. We sold 2 from 2 properties today at our Super Saturday auction event. Unit 1 of 17, Bingara Terrace in Caloundra, sold under the hammer with 5 registered bidders in a bidding war. This auction started at $400,000. The hammer came down only a few minutes later at $625,000. This low set duplex in town, transferring from old owners to new owners. Unit 6 of 10, Grand Parade in Parriera. Unit 12 of 2, Grand Parade in Parriera. We'll get to 6 of 10 in a moment. This property sold prior to auction on a cash unconditional contract, which was scheduled to go to auction today. Congratulations to my clients, both seller and buyer. It was an absolute pleasure working with you both. We also sold this week 4 Pamphlet Place in Pelican Waters, 107 Westminster Avenue in Golden Beach, and 6 of 10 Pacific Boulevard. All fantastic results. Congratulations to my clients. Absolute pleasure working with you all. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to discuss certain parts and certain points of the auction process. I'm getting a lot of questions at the moment, both from buyers and sellers, about this process. And I'm going to touch on a couple of topics each week. This week, I want to touch on auction is stressful, or someone asking stating auction is stressful. That's a really interesting point. I think selling in general is always stressful. What we don't always understand about the process is an auction is a cash unconditional contract. There is no cooling off period on the contract for the seller. There is no finance condition, which can take up to 28, 35 days. And there are no building and pest due diligence special conditions. The minute the contract's signed, both buyer and seller execute the contract, and it's unconditional. What is stressful is putting a property on the market as the seller and signing a contract first with a 5-day cooling off period. A buyer can pull up any time in that initial 5 days. Potentially a building and pest or a due diligence clause, which is generally 14 days or so. And a lot of sellers tell me, Yanni, my property's perfect, building and pest is going to be absolutely fine. Sometimes buyers use this as a little bit of a hostage situation, and they find a mark on the vanity in the bathroom, and they come back a few weeks later and demand $50,000 off or $20,000 off or whatever it may be. There's also no finance condition on this contract, and that is the biggest one at the moment. That can be 21, 28, even 35 days. Buyers are prepared going into an auction, having their finance, getting their building and pest done, and having all their ducks in a row. So when they are negotiating on the property, they are ready to negotiate. Can you imagine signing a contract today, executing the contract, and as the seller, the moment it's signed, all the power transfers from you to the buyer, and the buyer can now dictate whether they proceed or whether they don't proceed. You might have a buyer come in the next day and offer you 50 grand more. Guess what? You can't execute that until that 28-day finance clause is up. And it's not saying that buyers aren't allowed to do whatever they need to do. The best way to explain it is the buyers will go and do whatever they need to do and then come and negotiate. Not go to your property, take your largest asset off the market, and then do whatever they need to do. So that's really, really important. If we go back to that statement, auction is stressful, well, selling in general is stressful. We're here to alleviate any stress, to run a world-class campaign. But imagine signing a contract of sale, and then the power immediately transfers to the buyer, and you cannot make any decisions on whether it goes ahead or not. So that is a very important point in this auction process, making sure the buyers are prepared and then they can come and negotiate your largest asset. I will actually add a link in the comment section below where I spend 19 minutes unscripted explaining the auction process from start to finish, should I say, for both buyer and seller. I also answer quite a few questions in there that we sometimes get on this process. I will add that link below. And next week, the topic I'll cover on the auction process will be the benefits as the buyer bidding at auction. There is a ton of benefits for you. I'll touch on that next week. Our next Super Saturday auction event is this coming Saturday, June the 11th. We have 3 properties going under the hammer. First cab off the rank at 12 o'clock is Unit 509 of 12 on Tranto Avenue in the Monaco building. What a sensational 3-bedroom unit this is, overlooking the passage, overlooking the new Bribie breakthrough. You've also got Glasshouse Mountains, the Caloundra Bar, it's all there. At 1:30 we head over to Unit 8 of 8 Esplanade in Golden Beach. This 3-bedroom unit in Golden Beach on the Esplanade goes under the hammer. You've got 3 balconies there, which is outstanding. It's on the good side of the complex as well, and a very large entertaining balcony at the front. And at 3 p.m. we have Unit 2 of 41 Moreton Parade. That property will go under the hammer. A beautiful 2-bedroom unit, fully renovated. All the hard work has been done. That property will go under the hammer at 3 p.m. next Saturday. We've also just listed Unit 11 of 21 Mahia Terrace in Kings Beach. This 3-bedroom unit, very new complex in Mahia Terrace, very close to Coffee Cat of Kings Beach, the boardwalk. This property will be going under the hammer on the 25th of June. 4 Forte Avenue in Caloundra, entry-level 1-bedroom unit in Caloundra. This property sits right on the Palmerstone Passage. Outstanding position there. And also Unit 33 of 8 Lavuka Avenue in Kings Beach. We recently listed this property, 2-bedroom unit at the Rolling Surf Resort. A absolutely fantastic complex there. Swimming pool, great for young kids, and you're right at the heart of the action at the boardwalk. No roads to cross. This property will be going under the hammer on June 18th. Thank you so much for listening. Next week we will cover on the benefits of bidding at auction as a buyer. We look forward to that. I will add the link below in the video. And look, if you've got any questions about the process or about selling in general, please do not hesitate to give me a call on 0420 300 977. We look forward to seeing you all out in market.